Alright, this is a video about DoorDash, and I hope to cover some frequently asked questions that I've actually heard myself and some of the questions that I've asked myself. So it's also a walkthrough and some other things that will help you on your DoorDash journey. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump into it, and I'll talk and type a little bit about what we're covering today. So DoorDash is, I think it's the largest or one of the largest delivery services in the United States, and it might even be in the world, but I'm not sure on that. You can fact check that. So it's really picked up over the past few years, the delivery service, especially when COVID hit, because no one wanted to go out and people still wanted their food delivered. So that really helped. They created jobs. And DoorDash, it's an amazing thing. And you can do it anywhere, anytime, any day. And there's pros and cons to working for DoorDash. And I'll go over some of the different things. So when you first get started, you'll need a copy of your license. And they ask you if you have car insurance. And I think you upload some pictures of yourself just to confirm who you are. The process is really easy, so you shouldn't have a hard time getting started. So on my first day, I didn't really understand how it worked, and I was kind of confused and didn't really fully understand what was going on. It took me about maybe 3 to 5 days to really get a good feel of it, and I wish I would have known some of the things. So what you'll do is you'll download an application for your cell phone, and you'll be using the DoorDash app. You'll create a username and a password, so be sure to keep up with that, because sometimes you have to restart the application and also log in at different times. And you can work DoorDash. I did it full time for a while. You can do it full time, part time, or even, if you want to work 10 hours a week, it's whatever you want to do. You can work. I have to go back and start at the top here. So you can work pretty much anytime, and it's a really unique thing. So you can do it anywhere, and they have it basically divided out into sections, I guess, like regions. But I could drive into like a neighboring county, and I would be door dashing there. And there's also like certain times that it's busy, so I'll get into that here shortly. So say on your first couple orders, it's going to give you the pay. Let's start with maybe $8. It'll say $8 will come up, and that's your guaranteed amount to be paid. Okay, and it can be more. So that's going to be a combination of the DoorDash pay which that depends on, like, you also have like peak pays, and that's like when it's really busy or they need drivers and they pay you a little bit more. But usually it's like a few dollars, give or take. So the total there would be like, say, $4 from DoorDash and maybe $4 or more in the tip from the customer. Okay, so it will give you the pay per order and the mileage that you drive. So a good rule of thumb that I was going by was like 1 mile per dollar. And you can do like more, like if it's more money for less mileage, like that's the idea, because you don't want to be driving like you don't want to drive like 15 miles for $4 or something small, because then you're going to lose money. And I'll go over some tips here. The number one thing in DoorDash, if I could tell you one tip, which you could break it down a little bit further, is your safety. Safety is number one. Okay, so driving on the road, and you want to maintain your level of safety. You have to watch out for other drivers. You have to watch out for, don't be distracted, don't be on the cell phone, don't be on the radio. You really have to focus on your driving and be safe, because there's going to be variables that you will run into that's out of your control. And that's why it goes back to safety. You also want to be really safe when you're delivering to, it could be an apartment building, it could be someone's house, it could be any of the places that you're delivering, and you want to make sure that you're safe and you're not going to get harmed or hurt. And you could be walking upstairs, you could be wintertime, you got to watch out for the ice, freezing rain, any of those things. So another variable, which I'm going off a runoff here, is the weather. And this goes with safety as well. So I would recommend don't drive when it's raining really heavy, or there's snow, or anything that's gonna decrease your safety, and they try to entice you by paying you more. It isn't worth the risk. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Okay, so safety is number one. So what you'll be doing, you will be going to, say, store, any store. It could be like McDonald's, or it could be Sheetz, it could be pretty much any fast food place. They'll give you a number, say, it's usually coded like 752-681. And that'll be your number, reference number, when you're picking up. And so this is something that you learn. Some of the places go by the number, the full number, 752-681. And some of the places, like McDonald's, you'll learn this, they go by they say last three. And their last three there would be 681. Okay. Taco Bell they go by the name. It could be like Shauna B. You go in there and you tell them, I have a DoorDash order for Shauna B, and most of the time they'll have it ready. And really the pay depends on how much orders you get. And I noticed that like local restaurants, if you're lucky enough to get some of the orders, you generally make a little bit more money. And also the timing of the season, time of day, you're going to get more money. So I drove around Christmas time into the year, and I made some pretty good money driving at that time. And so you work your own shift. If you want to do it for 1 hour a day, you can go make, might be 10, 15, 20 bucks or whatever you can hit in an hour, maybe more. So you want to be selective with your orders. And some of them might be $3 or something for like per order, and you got to remember that time is money here, so you got to be selective. Don't take every order that you get. And another thing, I'm gonna have to make this into a couple parts video, maybe more than that, because I'm already at 12 minutes here. I'll continue in the second part.